Tomato.co.uk, rating, verdict, sing the praises. The Sorcerer's Apprentice, stream theatre, rating, verdict, Genial musical needs a little more charm. The Secret Society of Leading Ladies, barn.org.uk, rating, verdict, Gamey musical jukeboxPraise Be and Rejoice, a new play. They've been increasingly rare this past year, so it's a real treat to come across him, a bittersweet yarn by Lolita Chakrabarti, which stars her husband, Adrian Lester, and the wonderful Danny Sapani. Chakrabarti's story is literally a bromance, charting a blossoming friendship between two men, Gil, Lester, and Benny, Sapani, who discovered it starts, movingly, with the funeral of Gil's father, who is remembered as a fine, upstanding member of the community. But lurking at the back of the church is Benny, who has come to mourn the deceased, who he now knows was his father. The revelation rocks Gil, but has still man enough to take the information on. The two wind up bonding through boxing workouts, a mutual love of 1980s dance music and a decidedly iffy business idea involving a range of matching stationery and leisure wear, before things hit a major bump in the road. Chakrabarti's story is a little thick around the middle, with the two men sharing a lot of good vibrations as they get to know, but atmospherically staged in a dark, cathedral-like space. Blanche McIntyre's production also. Rik Mayall is Mr. Nice Guy, running his dad's dry cleaning and stationery business. But his desire to emulate his father also masks himself. As always, Lester gives a grounded, intelligent and touching performance.However, it's Benny who got me excited. He carries a terrific sadness underpinned by an equal and opposite sense of resolve to fight the good fight, for better or worse. If I ran the Royal Shakespeare Company, it'd be slithering over hot coals to have Sapani play King. Streaming from March 3rd to 9th, two new musical ventures also popped up this week. Southwark Playhouse launched Richard Huff and Ben Morales Frost's The Sorcerer. It's a family-oriented pop number with echoes of Frozen and his dark materials, in which our young heroine Eva, Mary Moore, attempts to save the northern lights in the Arctic Circle. Although inspired by Johann Wolfgang von Goethe's poem about magic broomsticks going rogue, this is a coming-of-age story, with Moore's prickly teen trying to win the respect of her magician dad, David. More fun is had by Marc Pickering, who reminded me of the late Rik Mayall, as Bill and Fabian, who's busy destroying the environment. Dawn Hope has the funniest turn as his mom, putting him in his place with her song Mother Knows Best. I don't want any dramas from a man in silk pajamas. Keyboards accompanied by cello and percussion capture some generic magic, and Charlotte Westenra's broad, cartoonish production features some but the Sorcerer's characters could still use a little extra charm. Until March 14th, The Secret Society of Leading Ladies is an online jukebox, featuring slightly gamey renditions of musical show tunes. It is performed on an empty stage at Cirencester's Barn Theatre, with vertical floor lights adding economical razzmatazz, and a total of 14 singers cherry-picked from such West End hit shows as Waitress, Chicago, and Kinky Boots. Emma Kingston, singing Dine Ain't So Bad, from Bonnie and Clyde, was my fave. You pays your money, £10, and takes your chances, with a choice of 3 songs at each of 5 junctions, effectively allowing you to pick your own set list. Or you can see them all, with a multi-show ticket, £15. But one 30-minute slot suffice. Until March 7th, Sherlock Holmes, an online adventure, sherlockimmersive.com, rating, verdict, parliamentary. My dear 3 MPs have been found hanged in the Palace of Westminster in Edwardian London, each on their birthday, each after receiving a cryptic and with Sherlock Holmes missing, again, it's down to us to find out whodunit before the killer turns his sights on the. This is an enjoyable show, half theater, half game, in which we search murder scenes for pop-up clues to incriminate, or rule out, suspects, a newspaper mogul, a political maverick, a textile tycoon, a publisher and a young anarchist. You interview an officer at the yard, and a slightly snippy coroner, before moving on to the It's £17.50 per device to play with up to 5 strangers, or £105 for a group of 6, assembled by you. Graphics are good quality throughout and we were guided ably and charmingly by our MC, Dr. Watson, and I could have done with more of a competitive edge. Otherwise, the level of intrigue is pleased. Parliamentary, my dear reader.